All right, here we go. I'm going to talk to you. I don't know, I always got to grab a pen when I start off, and then I realize what an odd thing to do that I have to hold this pen. It's my Dumbo's feather. If you don't know what Dumbo's feather is, folks, look it up. Classic tale. Classic tale. Hey, before I get started, though, I want to give a shout out to my brothers my Polish brothers in Grom. Did some work with them many years and stayed in contact with them. And today is their Army Day, or the Feast of the Army, I've also been told. So here's to my brothers in Grom. I appreciate you. I love you, brothers. And I look forward to having a little sip of some Schlevo with you, some Pivo in the very near future. And what I wanted to talk to you today about is giving back. Now, you read the title. You might have thought, all right, Otis is going to talk to us about how we help nonprofits. Not really. But in a way, it does. In a broader sense, what I'm talking about today, what I'm teaching you about today is, oh, pardon me, just going to turn that off. There we go. All good. Is giving back. And what giving back means. What do I mean by that? Because it's not, it's not tithing, although that is a form of giving back. But what I'm talking about today is giving back what you know so that others can have more success. That is one of my favorite things to do. Those of you who've had the pleasure, had the opportunity, or the displeasure maybe, to sit in an audience when I give a talk, that you can feel the passion that I have for that. Because what I'm doing is I'm sharing what I know so that you can have more success in your life, so that you can learn from what I've done. I mean, God, there's nothing better. One of my favorite quotes from Tony Robbins is, living is giving. Maybe dyslexic, and giving is living. But either way, what he's talking about is, what can I do to help others? How does my purpose help others have greater purpose, have greater success? Because you just can't keep it all inside. I did a Whiskey Words about this a while back, a few months ago. And I always remember somebody, and I don't remember the username or anything, but somebody's comment was, why should I help them because they're not helping me? Why should I give them all my hard-earned knowledge for free? I was just like, oh my God. My friend, if you're listening to this right now, which I highly doubt, you're living in a sad state of affairs. If you are unwilling to take what you know and share it with others, my favorite phrase, you're a selfish son of a bitch. So what do I mean by this whole thing of sharing what I know? It's teaching. Do I have to be a teacher? Do you have to do videos? Do you have to teach at a school, a Sunday school, church, be up on stage? No, you don't. You could, here's a favorite. You could teach your neighbor how to do something. You could teach your nephew how to do something, or a stranger how to do something. If it's something that you know and you're good at, then why not share it? Why not give it to somebody else so that they can have more knowledge, more success, so they can get better? I mean, we had a great podcast with our friend this morning, Stu Grazer. So it'll be out next week. And what we talked about in that giving and teaching and helping is the fact that you do it not for the feedback. Because if that's why you're doing it, If I'm teaching somebody what I know, just so they could say thank you, and I can sit back and go, yeah, I taught that kid. Don't get me wrong, that's pretty cool. But that should not be the driving force of why you do it. The driving force of why you do it should be, I just want to help people succeed. I want to give to others so they can have more. Because the lessons I've learned, it's foolish for somebody else to have to walk through the same struggles and frustrations that I walk through when I could just share my experience. If I share those lessons, yeah, they're not able, mentally, physically, able to walk the exact same path that I walked, right? But you know what? The lessons that I've learned, successful and failures, I could share those with somebody else and help them be more successful. That's all you got to do. It's not this big thing. You don't even have to do what I do. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I do this because I'm passionate about doing it. Whether anybody is on the other end listening, I don't care. And the reason I don't care, because I have this deep belief, deep in my heart, that somebody, somewhere, sometime will watch this little bit of information and it'll help them. It'll help them overcome or avoid or leap ahead 5 years. Something that took me 5 years to get through. They'll be able to leap ahead 5 years and have that much more success that sooner. That's pretty cool. I believe that. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't. Here's an example. In the business world, and I say that to delineate between the military and the business world, and I'll cover the military world in this sense in a minute. But in the business world, so many business leaders that I've talked to over the years say, well, I figured it out. Why should I take the time? If I'm taking the time to teach them, to tell them what I know, to show them so they can be more successful, then who's doing my job? That's the way they look at it. So they don't even take the time to teach people on their team, somebody that they care about, somebody that is going to help them have more success in their business and in their life. They won't even take the time to help them, to share with that person on their team, to teach them some lessons and help them grow and help them be more successful. They won't even do that. And those people, I think, is naive more than selfish, right? Earlier I said, if you're not sharing what you have up here, you're being a selfish son of a bitch. Well, I think those people are more naive or lazy, because it's not easy to do this, right? When I do this thing, share with you what I know and what I believe and what I understand and my experiences, I'm putting myself out there, right? Am I going to look like a fool? Am I going to make mistakes? Oh, yeah, every time I do this. But you know what? I know that the meaning and the lessons will still get across. Could they be refined? Oh, yeah, of course. There's a lot of people out there that talk about this sort of stuff much better than I do. But they don't have the same experiences that I do. So if you are that person, if you're a business leader and you've got people on your team, then don't you think you ought to help them succeed more? Don't you think you ought to show them some easier ways that you've learned, instead of just saying, all right, congratulations, you're promoted. Take charge, and you're now in charge of these 4 people. Here's your goals for the year. You better make those numbers or I'll fire you. Congratulations. And then walk out. Ooh, that ain't right, because you're not setting them up for success. You're not teaching and mentoring them. Coaching, teaching, mentoring. That's what we got to do as a leader, as a human being. We should be doing that with the people around us and sharing what we know. Whether they want to hear it or not, there's a lot of people out there that, don't want to hear it. Now, sorry, this just popped in my head. Don't be one of them people, one of them gym people, because I remember when I used to go to the gym all the time. Don't be one of them gym people that comes over there and says, hey, by the way, you're not doing that bench press right. You ought to do your bench press this way. That's not what I'm talking about. Now, in the right place, right time, you might say, hey man, would you like some help on your bench press? Hey, yes sir, that'd be great. I saw you doing it over there. The way you do your bench press is different than the way I do my bench press. That'd be awesome. Or, let's take it another scenario. Arnold Schwarzenegger walks in the gym and he comes up to you on the bench and he says, hey, Otis, would you like some help on the bench press? Oh yeah, because I know who he is. And Arnold is going to share his knowledge with me, and that's a known factor. That's no different than maybe your neighbor kid. That sort of thing, and if you hear the phone ringing, it's political season, and we're getting those sort of calls, of course. But no, I don't need that knowledge. Got it all I need. But you have to be able to share, but you got to know when to share. Because you know what? I'm not taking this message that I'm sharing with you today and putting it on your TV as a commercial, or even just as bad, doing a interruption into a show you're watching on Netflix. It's out there. I'm putting it out there for you to learn. And that's what you do. Maybe the way that you share with somebody is through modeling. Your actions, they can model how you do it. When I think of the neighbor kid, right? Maybe I'm showing him how to mow the lawn, and then he'll come over and ask me, hey, Mr. McGregor, how do you do that? Could you help me? Well, yes, I can. And I'm going to be excited to do it. Back to our business scenario, that business leader, if you're not sharing the successes the way that you've learned, if you're in that mode of, or belief of, you know what, my dad threw me off the dock and told me to learn how to swim, so that, by God, that's how I'm going to teach my kids how to swim. That ain't the best way. It's a method, but it sure as heck ain't the best way to help your kids learn how to swim. Teaching them, taking them to the pool and giving them some lessons is a much better way. Pardon me while I get a sip out of my Grom cup. That's what's important. Sharing what you know so others can have greater success, so that they can achieve more than you. In the military, told you I'd get back to it, there's a couple of things. On the schoolhouse side, we used to joke about this, and there's the reason we joke about it is because there's truth to it. The I got mine syndrome. My class was the last hard class. When I went to Ranger School in 88, and graduated in August 88, that was the last hard class. Everybody else after me got it so much easier. Therefore, everybody else has to do all this extra stuff, and I'm not going to tell you how to get better at it, how to prepare for it, or any of that. That's wrong. That's wrong. Same thing outside of the schoolhouses. Because I've seen that. I've seen some guys wearing the rank, sitting in a responsible position, holding a title, if you will, not a leader, holding a title, that just expect you to figure it out. They're not going to coach and mentor you because you know what? You should know how to do that. And I've worked with several guys over the years, both when I was in the military, coaching, teaching, mentoring my team, and since I've gotten out, coaching, teaching, mentoring other people, not just in the business world, but people that are getting out of the military. And I see that still happens. as a culture in this I got mine sort of thing. And I had to do it this way. So because I had to do it this way, you have to do it this way. What a sad state of affairs. What a selfish, ungrateful thing. Because I guarantee you, the person that thinks that, if they were to sit down and reflect on their life and their time and how they got to where they are, you know what they would find out? There was people helping them. There was people teaching, mentoring, and guiding them all along. They may not have realized it at the time. It may not have been a formal relationship, but they were there. They didn't do it on their own. So I find it even more ironic that those people are the ones, those selfish people are the ones that expect you to just figure it out, because I did. Shit, look at me. Look how successful I am. It only took me 35 years to get here. So therefore, start your clock. 35 years, you'll be right here where I am. How lucky would you be? What an asshole thing to say. Why not? Dude, I want you to have the success that I have today in 5 years or less. That's what I want to teach you and show you. You know, it reminds me of Alex Hormozy. If you're not familiar with him, Alex Hormozy is a multi-millionaire. I think his goal is to become a billionaire by 30-something. But you know what he's done? He's taken everything he's learned along the way, the failures and the successes, the systems and the processes, and he's written books, and he's putting it out on podcasts, and he's sharing it with anybody that wants to listen. He is truly giving back. He is truly sharing it. And most of that stuff, I think, except for a certain category, is free. Like 80, 90% of the stuff he shares is free. Yeah, you got to buy a book. 10, 20 bucks, maybe 30 bucks. Heck, I can't remember. I bought a couple of them. Worth it. Because he's taken everything. That is probably the best example that I've seen to date of somebody who has made it and then said, wow, I've made it and I want to help other people make it. And I'm going to turn around and I'm just going to, everybody who is behind me in their business growth and their revenue, I'm going to share with you all the processes, all the things that I've done to get to be this multi-millionaire. You don't see Bezos or anybody else. Sorry, just drew a blank on all the other guys, famous guys' names. Musk. You don't see them turning around and showing. Yeah, they teach people in their inner team because they're not assholes. But you don't see them just saying, here you go. This is how I did it. You could have the exact same success as me by following my processes and systems. That's pretty cool. That's what I'm talking about when I say give back, because we want to give back and help. Truly, as a human, you want to do that. And you want to help others, because you know what that does? It creates a legacy. It's a legacy that you're leaving behind, whether or not your name is on some building at some university or some bell tower at Texas A&M. Sorry, Mr. Albritton. However, you're putting your name on some fixation so that it becomes a thing, as opposed to making an impact on a human being. Which is more rewarding to you? Ask yourself this. Which is more rewarding? Putting your name on a building or helping somebody else have more success in their life? I can tell you which one I want. I want to help somebody succeed. That's the legacy that I want to create. That's the legacy that I want to take everything I've learned from all my time, all my life, and grow up and grown up to this point and share so that others can do that. Because it's not about getting my name on a building. That's not what legacy is. It's the people that I help. That's what legacy is. So if you're one of them people that your goal in life is to get your name on the building at some university, that's pretty cool. Good for you. I'd challenge you to do a little course of action analysis of that. Do I want to help people by putting up a building? Or do I want to, tell you what, the phone only rings when I'm doing this, believe me. Or do I want to help people have greater success? Wow. I can tell you which one I'm going to choose. I don't even need to give you my decision criteria. That's what giving back is. Giving back is not putting my name on some building at some university or some downtown or something like that. It's the people that I'm helping. That's what you should be thinking about. And that's how you should be serving. So when we talk about giving back, thank you, Miss Suzanne, by the way, for grabbing that phone. I should have done it myself. There's another lesson learned. By the way, folks, if you're doing a live, take them phones that ring irritatingly and put them away in the other room. You know, there's you a lesson I'll share with you right now, because I want to give back to you in that sense. Now, if you want to give back to your team and help them grow and succeed, then you can do it a couple of ways. You can do it all yourself. Huge fan of that. You can utilize the free things that we have at Tribe and Purpose, because you go to 10X Your Team. Just a sec, I'll put it up. I think. Maybe not. No. Nope. So, never mind. So you can go to 10xyourteam.net, and at 10xyourteam.net, we've got 3 resources to help you. First one, the show. That's 10X Your Team with Cam and Otis. That's our podcast. It's also our YouTube channel. Please sign up for our YouTube. If you're watching this on LinkedIn or Facebook, we're doing it live on YouTube also. So go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so you get those notifications when that next Whiskey Words comes out, because that's one of my ways of sharing with you. Sharing my thoughts, my experiences of how to be a better person, how to have more success in life. You'll also be able to find this video right here, along with our other master classes that I've done live this year. This is number 8 out of the year. They're all there, free, to help you watch those videos, learn. There's also videos that Camden has done on how to be a better person, how to be a better leader, all free. So go to that, 10xyourteam.net, and on the left-hand side, it's called The Show. You click that, that'll get you into our website or our channel on YouTube, all free. The next one is what we call our Done With You, the system. And that's our leadership development system. And what we do there is help grow leaders from within your team. It's not about bringing people who say they're great leaders from outside in and then having to grow them into your business. This is about internal growth and helping people that you already know, like, and trust in your team, and helping them grow to be better performers and have a better life and have more success for themselves, which helps your business. And that's our leadership development system. It has 3 levels. The Green Beret Leadership Program, that's our basic, fundamental, learn how to be a leader, understand how to lead yourself, understand how to define a problem, put a plan together and execute it, solve that problem. Man, a team of those dudes, that's a powerful thing to have. Next piece, our premium leadership development. This is for leaders who are already in charge, maybe director level, vice presidents. In that level, we're going to help you get even better at leading, because you know what? Leadership is a skill. And if you're not working on it, continuously improving it, it's going to go away. It's going to falter. And this is a way to do it. And finally, in our leadership, in our system, our leadership development system, we have our executive level leadership development. And that's one-on-one coaching for executives of businesses $10 million in revenue and up. Powerful. Powerful to help you continue to have success in your life, which equals in your business. And then our third option on that page, 10xyourteam.net, is the service. And that is fractional COOs. If you are a CEO founder of a small business and you find that all of a sudden your business isn't growing like it used to, it's kind of hit a hard wall, not a hard stop, but a hard wall that you're having trouble getting over because you spend the majority of your time in the day-to-day operations of your business, because you've gone from working on your business to working in your business. That's where a tribe and purpose fractional COO can come in and help you be successful. Because what that fractional COO is going to do, he's going to make sure that you have the systems and processes in place, the culture is correct for your business, and relieve you, Mr. CEO founder, Mrs. CEO founder, or Ms., of the day-to-day burden of the operations so that you can do, so that you have time to do, and you can do what only you can do, which is sell the business. Get out in front of people and grow the business. That's your job as the CEO. Your job is not day-to-day ops. That's why a fractional COO will help you. So those services, again, on that page, 10xyourteam.net. You've got the show, do it yourself. The system, done with you. That's our leadership system. And finally, the service. That's our fractional COOs. That's done for you. Those things will help you grow as a human, as a leader, and in life and business. Because if your business is successful, if you're successful, then your business can be successful. So, don't forget, share what you know. Don't be a selfish son of a bitch and think, well, I had to figure it out, so they've got to figure it out. If you're one of them people, you ain't watching this anyways. I can guarantee you that. If you are, let me know, because I'd love to talk to you. See why you think that. See why you believe that. Because it ain't right. Find somebody. What is it? 17:30 East Coast. Find somebody between now and when you go to bed tonight that you can share something with that will help them have more success in their life. You won't regret it, and they will appreciate it. So, we'll see you again in September. I love this. I appreciate everybody that joined us today. And if you're watching this later, make sure you comment on YouTube or LinkedIn and let us know what you got out of this. And give you one more challenge. Come back and comment what you shared with somebody tonight. Just do that. I'd love to read what it is that you shared with somebody later on today, whether it was helping that neighbor kid change the flat tire on his bike, teaching somebody how to run their budget, maybe a spreadsheet, maybe accounts receivable process, whatever it may be. Share that with somebody tonight, and then come back and put it in the comments. Love to see that. All right, we'll see you all again in September.